Hey guys, and welcome to the video. So today I would like to talk about 3 ways to boost your metabolism for weight loss. So let's get into the video. So first of all, if you stick around to the end, I will be giving away my free food structure guide, which is a way of how to eat without counting points, calories, or cutting out your favorite foods. So stick around to the end for that. So first of all as well, what is your metabolism? A lot of people use the word metabolism as a throwaway term or throw out there like, oh, I have a slow metabolism, that's why I can't lose weight. But not really knowing what metabolism is. People, I think, assume that metabolism is like a burning fire in your body, and it's just a small fire if you're not losing weight, something like that. But the metabolism actually is made up of thousands of different reactions in your body. And we can break it down into some top level reactions, which we can think about. And that's what I'm gonna explain in this video. So we have 4 major things which make up our metabolism. Number 1 is our basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate, your BMR. So your BMR is basically the energy it takes to keep yourself alive, lying on a bed, not moving. So the energy it takes to carry out functions in your body, keeping your brain going, your heart going, keeping the circulation going, keeping your body heated. And this is like basic function. You can't really control this. You don't have direct control over this. So we don't worry about it, okay? We don't worry about that. So the next thing is thermic effect of food. So we call that TEF, thermic effect of food for short. And so when you consume foods, so the basic macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, your body takes a certain amount of this energy to actually digest it. And it's different for fats, different for carbs, different for proteins. So fats have a thermic effect of around 5%, carbohydrates sort of 5 to 10%, and proteins 20 to 30%. So we can actually use this and we can actually manipulate this to increase your metabolism, so increase the amount of energy that's being used in your body. Because, like I just said, proteins use more energy to digest, to be digested, than carbohydrates and fats. So tip number 1 to increase your metabolism is include more protein in your diet. So replace some of the carbohydrates with some protein. So protein is usually animal sources, so meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. Those are the purest forms of protein. And we get vegetarian sources as well, but vegetarian sources come along with carbohydrates, so it's harder to separate them. But just generally, the animal sources of protein tend to be purer. So being able to increase your metabolism by increasing the amount of protein you are eating has a really big effect on how much energy you're using. So if we take the 5 to 10% of carbohydrates and change it to proteins, which are 20 to 30%, we're burning more energy by eating the same food. We're eating similar amount of food, but a different type of food. So that is tip number 1 on how to increase your metabolism. So the next thing that controls your metabolism, number 3, is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT, N-E-A-T for short. What the hell does that mean? So NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is basically just movement in your day. Every movement in your day. So non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So the heat and the energy used just by moving. So I'm moving now. This is using energy. It's adding to my total energy uses of the day. So the more we move around in our day, the more energy we burn. So this leads on to tip number 2, do more movement. And that's why it's advised to do as many steps as possible per day. And a step isn't necessarily like a step. It could be a jumping up and down, it could be doing some cleaning, it could be anything in your day, going for a walk, doing whatever, movement, right? So the more movement you do, the more energy you burn. So that adds to your metabolism. So if we compare someone, for example, that works in a supermarket behind the checkout, sitting down for 8 or more hours per day versus someone that, let's say, is a gardener who's doing vigorous sort of digging. So that person has a bigger NEAT and burns more energy without thinking about it because their job just happens to include more movement. So if you don't have a job that includes a lot of movement, then a great thing to do is get a tracker to track your steps. So you can kind of make it a bit of a game or think about it a bit more. Oh, I've not done many steps today. I'll go out for a walk. I'll try and get it to X number. So I'll keep my activity really high. So that is a really, really important way to increase your metabolism. And the fourth thing that controls our metabolism, remember we've got our BMR, our thermic effect of food, and our NEAT. The fourth thing is physical activity. So that is any kind of planned exercise. So it might be, oh, I'm going to do an exercise session, I'm going to do a HIIT session, or going to go for a run, or I'm going to go to the gym. And so it's planned exercise. And this tends to be quite a small part of your day because obviously you're going to be doing maybe 30 minutes an hour. So it's not a huge part, but it does contribute. So doing an exercise session a few times a week can help your metabolism. However, out of those 3 things, those 3 tips I've given now, so the food, the NEAT and the physical activity, the food and the NEAT are the really big ones. So including more protein in your diet has a huge effect, and also including more NEAT, so more steps, more movement. People who tend to do more movement have bigger metabolisms. So being able to control those things directly, you have control over how much energy you're burning in your day, and you get that control over your slow metabolism. And I mentioned before how I will be offering my free food structure guide. That is down there in the description. If you would like to download it, just click the link below. And that is it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if that did help you. Do you have a slow metabolism? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next video.